It is my pleasure to introduce Amisha Pujari, HOSA President for 2024-25, and who's been your Kahoot Game Master all day. Amisha, welcome to the studio and Healthcare Career Day.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for having me for yet another Healthcare Career Day and the 4th annual Healthcare Career Day. It is amazing. As we get started today, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Amisha Pujari, and currently I serve as State President for Missouri HOSA. I am a senior in high school. I go to MICDS, and in the future, I hope to pursue a career along the lines of pediatric surgery and neuroscience. Next slide. Thank you. So just as we get started today, I wanted to recap a little bit about what we've heard all day and how choosing a healthcare career is such an amazing experience. We've seen from healthcare careers ranging from orthopedics to behavioral health to laboratory medicine and so much today. There are really endless opportunities and pathways that you can describe or you can discover as you go along. So whether that be you're going into an ultrasound field or you want to become a dermatologist, there's really truly endless opportunities for you. And a little fun fact about me that I wanted to share earlier was that when I go into the future, I do hope to live in New York City one day with a dog. Now, speaking of dogs cannot work with MRI machines, but cats can. For those of you who get it, I hope the next time you walk into a lab, you think about CAT scans. Next slide, please. I also wanted to share a little bit about what the next 25 years of healthcare looks like. There are 2 quotes on our slide, and we were talking a lot about technology today. So whether that be with clinical, behavioral laboratory, or with ultrasounds and sonography, here's a quote that says, "Value-based care is the right step towards a quality-focused care. Value is measured by either improvement in 1, quality of life, or 2, length of life for patients. Therefore, the success of value-based care depends on doctor-patient communication." And that's something I really wanted to emphasize today because 25 years ago, technology looked nothing like it does today, and 25 years from now, we're going to be in 2050, believe it or not, and it's going to look completely different than what we're seeing today. And that's just goes to show that in healthcare alone, we're going to be seeing all these improvements. So there's going to be new x-rays, new pieces of technology, and that's the whole process of discovering innovation. In IT, in law, in so many other different fields, people are worried about technology replacing them. But for me, as of right now, I see healthcare as a chance for this crucial doctor-patient communication, which is truly irreplaceable. When doctors meet their patients, regardless of whether you're an MD, a DO, or really any other healthcare professional, you're truly working with the patient one-on-one directly, judging their body language, their facial expressions, and so much more. The other quote we have here is you have to understand what they are worried about. What are their fears? What are they trying to do? If we don't engage with them that way, it doesn't matter what technology we use. And that is essentially, again, the whole idea of doctor-patient communications, which we hope to see continue on and only become stronger as we progress into the next 25 years of healthcare. Next slide, please. The other part about healthcare specifically is that we're always experiencing a growing need of more healthcare professionals, regardless of which sector they're in. Whether they're a doctor, whether they're a registered nurse, there's always this idea of lowering the percentages of demand in healthcare. Today, we've experienced the pandemic, which is, believe it or not, 6 years ago now that it came about, and time just keeps flying and more healthcare issues come along. Public health issues are always on the rise, and with that, we need more people interested in being in medicine, being in healthcare overall. We also want to increase recruitment and retention, and then new workers prompt new discoveries and innovation. As more people come into the field, we've got more minds, more collaboration, and more people at work to think together to solve these issues and come up with new ideas. Of course, this might be technology, as we heard from the last slide, but it can also be so many other different things. There's so many healthcare issues today that are still unresolved, unsolved, and can be addressed in the future years. We are also always working towards maintaining quality healthcare and allowing for better job security. Unemployment rates have increased after the pandemic, people were taking off their jobs, and fewer healthcare professionals were being strained and stressed with extra hours, low payment. And so getting more of us into the field is just a better way to secure all of our employment together. And then finally, strengthening relationships between healthcare workers and employment. Next slide. And that comes to where I have my role in Missouri HOSA. Just a little background about Missouri HOSA before we delve deeper into the specifics of the amazing experiences that I've had, and I think all of you can have as well. HOSA is an international student-led organization, specifically a career and technical student organization, founded with 6 charter states originally in 1976. If I know from earlier today, we had some people zoom in from Texas, so just a spotlight of those 6 charter states were New Jersey, North Carolina, Alabama, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and of course, Texas. Today, we have over 54 state associations, and not just in the United States alone. We've got 49 out of the 50 states having a state association, and we also have international associations like Canada, South Korea, and even Puerto Rico. Today, we also have over 300,000 members worldwide, and that number is only going up. The overall mission is for a global student-led organization to empower leaders in the global health community. And it's essentially designed for middle, secondary, and post-secondary students interested in medicine and really any part of healthcare. It's a great chance to explore and see what opportunities there are overall. And I know in our audience today we've got a lot, mainly secondary members, so this is very applicable since HOSA is primarily high school secondary members as well. Next slide. That goes to say that HOSA's mission statement is to empower HOSA future health professionals to become leaders in the global health community through 3 main things: education, collaboration, and experience, which I'll expand on a bit later. And HOSA Future Health Professionals was a name that was designed in 2004 to be more inclusive of students and professionals in various different areas and aspects of healthcare, rather than just the original acronym, Health Occupation Students of America. Missouri HOSA specifically aims to promote career opportunities in the healthcare industry and to enhance the delivery of quality healthcare to all people. Next slide, please. HOSA's 4 core values are the following: lead, learn, serve, and innovate. I love these 4 core values, and I feel like every conference I go to, every place I'm with HOSA people around me, we're always embracing this part of our life, whether in a HOSA community or not. The minute you step into leading people, whether that be at the Fall Leadership Conference, even if you're a member or a local chapter officer, you're always leading inside that HOSA community, which then you just parallel outside in your school communities, in your families, in your other cultural groups. It all just like parallels outside. Same with learning, serving, and of course, innovation. Next slide. And as I promised earlier, I will dive a little bit deeper into the 3 pillars: education, collaboration, and experience. A lot of you guys in our audience today are from health science classes. Maybe you're part of a program called Project Lead the Way. HOSA loves to embrace health science as an educational focus through more everyday opportunities. And that is part of our mission, to have active engagement year-round, not just during a specific time, but to carry that year-round. And career and technical health sciences and PLTW, which is Project Lead the Way, biomedical science programs are a great opportunity for this. Outside the classroom, HOSA webinars, symposiums, workshops, there's always extra stuff happening. And then programs and conferences are also probably one of my favorite most experiences within HOSA. Next slide. Next is the collaboration aspect. Whether you're in a community right now, if you're a local chapter officer team, or coming from the experience of being on a state officer team, you're always building connections and forming relationships that are going to last a lifetime. Not just in your high school or your college careers, but in your professional careers and even beyond. The people you meet now could be the best friends you have in your life They could be the mentors or the advisors. And in the end, when you get into a healthcare career, you're most likely going to be in a team setting. You're most likely going to be working with people, working on that collective thinking, projects, and new ideas forever. I still remember the people I met at the Washington Leadership Academy and love talking to them today. And I bet in the future, I may even have the chance to work with someone I've seen in these last 4 years. Next slide. This is probably the most important. Experience. HOSA really encourages and allows opportunities for you to put yourself out into the real world. Just as a high school student, I don't think I could have ever imagined having an opportunity to participate in CPR first aid as a little freshman in high school in a competitive setting, which then showed me, okay, this is what CPR and first aid looks like in real life. We worked through simulations, and I was with a partner, so the collaboration, the competitiveness, health science education, it all tied in together. But other forms of experience are volunteering. So far, in my high school experience, I've volunteered in senior living homes, hospitals, etc. HOSA also does several workshops throughout the year, especially with Missouri HOSA. We do symposiums where we offer job shadowing, internships, really highlight what other opportunities are outside just coming to HOSA or being in a HOSA group at school. And then, of course, our HOSA conferences. We've got competition, which is what most people recognize us for. But the really important part about HOSA is that it's not just health science education or winning those awards and medals, which is definitely amazing, but it's also the experience of State Leadership Conference, the Fall Leadership Conference, learning about competition through our preparation workshop, and of course, the networking through the regional events. Next slide. And then Missouri HOSA specifically, for those of you zooming in from Missouri, are encouraging to engage with the greater healthcare community, immersing themselves in real-world experiences as they use these opportunities to showcase what they're really interested about and what they're passionate about. This year, we've got a few new initiatives that I just wanted to highlight for those of you who are Missouri HOSA members and don't know about, but also if you're considering starting a new chapter. Fireside Chats is a speaker series where we feature alumni members, current state officers, past state officers, really a wide range of people who are interested about a topic that they would like to share, just anything healthcare based. We've got speakers ranging from students interested in dentistry to even speakers about what applying to med school looks like, since a lot of us have been talking about how daunting that 12-year process can be. We've also got monthly challenges each month posted at the beginning to encourage all of you to actively engage in your communities, whether that be with HOSA Week, which was something about our challenge in November, or with NMDP, which is the service project nationally with International HOSA, and so much more. If you're always looking for resources for Missouri HOSA, feel free to tune in to our Missouri HOSA website, also the Missouri HOSA Instagram, for updates pretty frequently. Next slide. And then for those of you out there who do not have a HOSA chapter yet, the steps are very simple. All you need is a group of students as passionate as you about healthcare. You don't really need to have 10 or 20 or hundreds of members right at the beginning. I remember starting my chapter with barely 3 of us interested, and then we realized that after talking to the state advisor and the logistics of starting a chapter, you do need 5 members. So once you get those 5 students interested and your local chapter advisor set out, you can really start from anywhere beyond that. Then the next goal would be to establish interests. What are your goals? What are your common interests? And then after that, it's really up to you to take it away. This is a picture of Mrs. Kiakolo from Fall Leadership Conference. Shout out to her because I believe she was on the Zoom earlier today. Next slide. Before I close off today, I just wanted to end with 2 quotes like I usually do. The first one, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. It really does not matter about the size or the quantity, it's really the quality. And even as a state officer team of 5 people, I can speak for that since I know how much work that we've put in together over just this last year, and it's amazing to me. And that can be you too. And then again, speaking from the HOSA side of things, the hands of HOSA do mold the health of tomorrow. Next slide. Thank you all for listening to me today and for tuning into Healthcare Career Day. I hope you've all had an amazing day. And if you have any questions at any point, this is contact information for my email, Instagram, and then you can always feel free to contact us as a group with Missouri HOSA through our Instagram or our state advisory. And as we wrap up Healthcare Career Day, we're going to pitch to a final commercial.
Everything about this suite is cutting edge. There are only a handful of these machines that exist in the world. The increased sensitivity of this camera allows for better detection of disease. And you can relax, you can sit up, take a breath and say, I feel comfortable here while I'm having this medical imaging done. The AI that is built into this machine is cutting edge. All of this stuff is learning from itself. We can lower the radiation dose, all the while increasing the image quality from its predecessor. Lower dose, better images. It's a win-win for everybody.
Well, there you have it. You heard it from the future of healthcare, Amisha Pujari, the HOSA president, 2024-2025. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of our program, as well as leading our Kahoot today. And we'll find out more about that later as we send out some information to schools on how well you participated in the Kahoot and enjoyed the program. Now, today's program wouldn't be possible if it wasn't without our sponsors: the Chamber Benefit Plan, the Missouri Behavioral Health Council, Jefferson College, Mosaic Life Care, Children's Mercy Kansas City, East Central College, and MU Healthcare, and our bronze level, the Missouri Primary Care Association, and the University of Missouri, Central Missouri. Thank you to our sponsors, as well as our host sites. This program would not be possible without the dedication, the passion, and the inspiration that our host sites provided us throughout the entire program, zooming in and providing both video and live about what their careers are that they have available that you can engage right now as a young person. And then finally, this is in direct partnership with our team, the Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Missouri Hospital Association, and the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. We have our team comprised of Shelley Waymeyer, the Director of Health Science Education, Missouri Department of Elementary, Linda Stinson, Career Pathways Manager at the department, as well as Jill Williams, Vice President of Workforce Development, Missouri Hospital Association, Gene Clint, Manager of Workforce Programs, the Missouri Hospital Association, Key Akula, Manager of Workforce Programs, Missouri Hospital Association, and then our team at the Missouri Chamber, Derek Cleathermos, Chris Burris, Bev Lerner, Jeff Haldeman, and Megan Davis. Thank you so much for everybody that helped put this program together. And then if you have additional resources that you need to prepare yourself for a career in healthcare, please hit the QR code. It'll take you into the resources that have been curated by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, as well as the Missouri Hospital Association. And last but not least, we want to thank our studio production team, Outreach Studios, located here in Clayton, Missouri, and also on the campus of Lindenwood University, for their help in producing a seamless program from start to finish. Thank you, Outreach Studios. Well, I hope today's program has been very beneficial to you and that you've seen inside some of the careers in healthcare, and that you might think that you could do what these healthcare heroes do every day and be inspired to pursue a healthcare career one day. And thank you to everybody that has made this possible, all the teachers, counselors, and administrators that have allowed your students to come in today. We couldn't do it without your dedication to teaching, opening minds, and inspiring hearts left and right. Thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and close out the 2025 Healthcare Career Day.